the Bombers are fine, though. I mean, like Bryson with 4 par 5s. Anytime I can get 4 par 5s with Bryson, I'll take Bryson still. I'll take my chances. But
all right, Big T. We got Uncle T giving out JT at 20-1.
I'm doubling down with TNT. I'm taking JT at 20-1. I don't even care that we like the same dude. I don't even care. I'm doubling down. TNT effect. We're gonna both take JT at 20-1. I gotta find something in the mid range here. Let's see.
What do you like in that area? Corey Connors.
Yeah,
I'll take Burns. You take Connors.
Yeah, definitely. I want Connors. I'm taking Sergio at 80-1 for my mid range. Harmon's 225-1. Dylan Smith just made fun of me. Sergio, yeah, he's 80-1. Dylan Smith, stop. Chris Myers says Big T is going to take advantage of himself tonight. That is not true either. The wife is waiting for me. I guarantee that. So stop.
Hey, wife's waiting for you.
She just text me during the show asking me when I'm coming up. So stop.
Oh, yeah! Big T! Best fucking name, by the way, let's be honest. Big T. Anything with a T in it. I love Mr. T. Remember Mr. T? Big T! It's your boy, Russ Hanneman. You can call me Uncle Russ. You're Big T, I'm Uncle Russ. I like the monikers. You can also call me Senor Tres or Mr. Fest, Russ Fest. You can call me ROI, which means radio on internet, but in French it means the king. So fucking yes. But I digress. Big T, Uncle Russ is here to wish you congrats on the giblets. Listen, I know you're the guy at Run Pure Sports that fucks. Am I right? Am I right? You know I'm right. Come on, you know I'm right. This man hits the workbench and fucks. Listen, man, congrats again on winning all that money in DFS, Big T, and keep running pure. I like that. Fucking love that, actually. Big T, you're the man. You're the man who fucks. And one day you will drive a car with doors that open like this or like this, not like this. Yeah. Big T. All right, enjoy it, man. Hanneman out. Oh!
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Run Pure Sports Hardwood show for some Monday night NBA action. We got a nice 7 or 8 game slate here to talk about throughout the show. Joined by Title and our boy Big T. And obviously, before we hop into the games, I mean, we're back at it again, taking the victory lap here with our boy Big T. Massive takedown in PGA last night. $1.2 million, shipped the millie. Phenomenal performance. But we joke around on the show, we have fun, we poke at each other. I will say, in regards to Big T, I mean, over the course of the years, we've become real good friends and whatnot. And he's I've watched him transform the way he goes about playing DFS, and he's worked harder than anybody in the industry to get to this point. Phenomenal run over the last month and a half. Honored to be friends with Big T. Congratulations, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, you guys are warming me up here out of the gate. Title's making me feel good. Hoops talking me up. It's good times. I mean, it was a fun day for sure. And it was just fitting. Those of you that weren't following it, it came down where it looked like I was pretty much going to win it. But then Bryson just completely fell apart on me. And Casey was doing good. And they were on like the 14th, 13 or 14, and it basically was, I knew Bryson had to outscore Casey to win $1 million. So it came down to my boy who I've always talked up and needed. I just needed him to outscore freaking Paul Casey to win $1 million, and I was going to be so tilted if he didn't. And when he made the eagle, it pretty much locked it up. Unless he obviously was 17 and 18 at Sawgrass, anything can happen. So once he made the eagle, I knew that if he just made 2 pars, I was more than likely going to get it done. And yeah, it was a fun day for sure.
I needed the opposite of that to happen to win like 200 grand. So do you want to reimburse me the difference?
I'm still like 10% as rich as you. So I gotta keep them all in the stable. The best part about it too, besides the Millie, was all these donkeys like Bobby Gomes and Snyder. I'll take Morikawa over Bryson. Well, now you're down 1-0, boys. So get that ready in the holster. And it's going to be a long couple years if you think Morikawa is going to beat Bryson each event. I'll say that much.
He's working harder than anyone, and he's going about it way differently. So he's going to have a big advantage. I mean, and he's just a good putter. And people in PGA DFS refuse to label guys as like good putters. It's luck. If someone's making putts, they got lucky. It's not because they're a good putter. Like why? Maybe one of you guys can answer this question. Why can't somebody just be a good putter?
I mean, Tiger was a good putter when he was winning all the tournaments. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
there's definitely people that the one thing I'll say, you can be a bad putter. Like you can definitely be a bad putter. Why can we label people a bad putter but not a good putter? Like,
correct.
There's some people that will never be a good putter. Like, I mean, Hideki will never be a good putter. Sergio will never be a good putter. Like, no matter what, they're just going to miss putts. So when you play, like I had Sergio on the winning team, I knew he was going to miss putts. I expected it. So I don't even get mad when he misses because I know he's going to miss. It's like when Title shoots a 3, I know he's going to miss. So I'll just go get the rebound. It's like what's going to happen.
Yeah, so I mean that kind of goes into the whole thing, how our Run Pure Sports is different than a lot of different places. Like a lot of places, they can't go beyond looking at those numbers and statistics, and that's why they couldn't get on a guy like Bryson last week. Run Pure Sports, we look at the projections, we look at the numbers, we take it a step further. The analysis last week. I mean, if you watch Big T's show on Wednesday night, the Tuesday show does a great job. Honored to be a part of the Tuesday show. If you watch the Tuesday show with the Wednesday show and you didn't make any money playing PGA DFS, I just don't know what to tell you because both spot on. Both shows were free too. Absolutely free. We're hoping, me and AP were talking to get you on the Tuesday show. Is there any commitment? Can you get on the Tuesday show for a little bit to talk with the boys?
I don't know. Could happen.
Does not sound promising.
Making it to this show right now didn't sound promising. I was in the States like 10 minutes ago.
You don't need to worry about me and Title got you covered on the NBA analysis. You just need to show your face here. That's all we care about. Title.
Isn't this event like I haven't looked at it, but it's just all trash can people, right?
NBA?
No. The PGA?
Yeah, it's a really bad field. I mean, the favorite is like Daniel Berger's like 10-1. He's the favorite. Like Sung J M's 30. Yeah, it's not a loaded field. Rory should show up here. Maybe he'd have a chance to compete.
It would just hurt his confidence even more.
You and I were talking about that yesterday before the event started. A guy like Rory, like there's literally zero win equity right now, like zero. And Bryson's in his head, and he admitted it too. He basically came out and said he changed his game to kind of do what Bryson was doing, and it messed up his swing.
So just one thing to polish up yesterday, just because I forgot to say it. What the hell was Bryson doing when he chunked that drive and then hit the next one in the woods? I was like, this could spiral in a hurry because that was legitimately a chunker. I've never seen that, I don't think. I still don't know what happened. And then when he sprayed the next one, and then the next one after that was still in the tree, he could have put up a massive number on that hole. He got up and down for double, and it saved his day.
Oh, that was wild because, I mean, that hole, it just feeds right into that water. So, I mean, you have to be super precise. They had a really good shot to hit double.
I guarantee they didn't even know the water was there. Like, it wasn't even in their equation. Like, it couldn't have.
What a puss he is, though. Just admit, like, he made a bad swing. He's, like, looking at the ground, looking at his club.
He probably couldn't believe it, honestly. He probably literally couldn't believe it. Like, what happened?
Yeah. Tough scene for him, but fights back, gets that eagle, gets Big T, the Millie. It was a lot of fun. Title, how was your weekend, man?
Yeah, I mean, DFS wise, it wasn't the best, but I had a lot of fun. I was enjoying a nice St. Patty's Day, friend's birthday, so I was celebrating. Nice. And then I get on the show on Sunday for basketball, and I hear Big T sweating the million in first and second. So I was sweating it out with him, and I mean, what a heater this has been. I've only been in DFS since I was 18 which I mean that's like about 5 years.
So what, like yesterday?
Yeah, he set that joke up.
That's all right. I mean, I'm looking younger than 18 right now with the haircut. That's for sure.
Yeah, that is true.
I see the haters in the chat. Hey, I appreciate you. Workbench it's still open. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's open, but is it active?
Oh, it's open anytime he wants it. It's open. But I mean, Big T. I mean, it's crazy. It happened to one of the good guys, and that's when you see people from all different companies, all different people giving them congrats. I mean, he was in the thing I won't forget is Discord. We were in about 2-3 months ago, Big T, that morning after NFL. You came in, you're like, I haven't had the best NFL stretch. People in Discord were
Best
talking
year,
about
the entire year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the whole year. People in Discord were like, I lost like 6 days in a row or 7 days. Some people DM me and stuff. And I'm like, the best people in the world lose 7 days all the time. Like, you can't win almost every day, especially tournament players. And you came in, we're always transparent. And then, I mean, look what happens. A week later, you hit big and it just hasn't stopped. So as much as I love talking and mess up.
I like being transparent because when you're running bad, it honestly feels like that. It's like every bounce goes the other way. And like, you're really close, but who knows last year? There was probably 5-6 nights last year where I could have won big, but one thing went a different way. This year, it happens to go the other way and all the bounces go my direction. And the truth isn't on either side. It's somewhere in the middle, but that's why you got to just stay the course, keep the whole, especially as a tournament player. You guys as cash players, it's a little more steady on the way up. But tournament players, I mean, Hoop's seen some of my bad runs over the years.
Oh yeah,
you can go,
yeah,
and you're not doing anything different. I mean, sure, your confidence always helps when you're just able to just fire it in there, but you're still doing the same stuff. And when your crazy plays don't work out, I mean, when you're what did I have, like 40% Brian Harmon at 3%, 4%? Like those plays, he misses the cut when you're running bad or something. Maybe he misses it on the number. Maybe he misses a putt on 18 to miss the cut. This week, Spieth made a putt on 18. That team could have won the Millie. I think it finished 9th. He misses the putt. He's not even in there. I don't get 9th place. It's just a fine line. You just got to stay the course for sure.
Yeah, you got to stay the course, but you also have to reevaluate your process, and that's kind of the credit that I was giving you in the opening. Like you've transformed the way that you play DFS, I'd say. I mean, maybe it varies sport to sport, but I mean, if you go in there, you do the same thing night in, night out. That's how you've seen a lot of these guys has made it all the way to the top of the DFS, cycle, all the way. Best players, they all tend to come back because they get that too confident, too cocky, and they think that, they can do the same thing night in, night out, not change anything in terms of contest, not change anything in terms of process, not change anything that you're looking at. You have to always be willing to evolve as a DFS player and change with the times. And if you don't, you're going to get left behind. And, that's something that Tony did phenomenally well. I've done it over the course of, my DFS career title. He been playing since he was 18, so only a couple weeks. He hasn't had to go through that process yet, but eventually he will as well. All right. Anything else, boys, before we hop in here?
No.
I mean, I just hope this heater takes a pause when we play on Thursday or Friday, whenever it is.
I
wanted to back you.
People down to come that I'm gonna have to look for a hotel. The house is gonna be overblown. I'm gonna have to rent it.
Hey, all I know, Hoop is in serious consideration to make the trip. If Hoop doesn't have a fucking bed, there's going to be trouble. I'm telling you, Hoop likes to sleep. You know that. So if I don't have a comfy spot, that's going to be trouble for Big T. I might have to invade that workbench over there.
How do you know you're invited?
I wanted to push this game back, but it got to the point where I don't even know if this heater is ever going to end. I think I'm a favorite, but now I get to the point where I'm in my own head of, can I even win this game? Is it even possible?
I intended to bet on you, Title, but I'm sorry to break the news to you. It's not happening now. You've lost at least one backer here for sure.
Hey, I probably lost them all. Anyone I had, I wouldn't fade Big T right now either. But hey, I'm gonna do it. Maybe I'll shock all the people. We'll see.
Never know. Shock the world. Put an end to this heater. You put an end to the heater. You can be responsible.
The line's definitely moving towards Title for sure. Because, I haven't picked up a ball in a minute, and I'm not feeling good.
Yeah, well, Big T is going to be on the Celebration Tour title, so maybe you get him at the right time here. You never know.
It's my favorite weekend of the year too. You're striking at the right time. I'm not feeling good. I love the college hoops weekend. It's my favorite weekend of the year. You are definitely striking at the right time.
You probably lost a little motivation to get up for the game. I mean, there's the momentum. Maybe it is swinging towards title. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how the markets take all this into consideration. All right. As always, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We're going with what did we say, 500 this week?
Yeah.
500. Just get us to 500 likes. Hit the subscribe button. We're gonna bring back the promo code Workbench21. Workbench21 gets you 25% off your first payment at Run Pure Sports. And as I always say, that subscription to Run Pure Sports, whether you do the monthly, the weekly, everything on the website. You'll have Big T's PGA core. You'll have Big T's NBA core. MLB's right around the corner. You'll have Big T's MLB core. You can join in on the heater. I mean, what else could you ask for? You can join in on Big T's personal heater at Run Pure Sports, Workbench 21, 25% off. You can try it for, what is that, $15 a week just to try it. If you want to give it a sample, use that promo code, do the weekly, $15. You can get Big T's core. Those cores have been hot. I mean, absolutely info. And the one thing I did want to say as well, you obviously won the Millie. I had a really good PGA day. Could have been even better. We had members as well that had big hits. We had, especially yesterday in the NBA, a guy won 63 grand. Not many people were focused on NBA last night.
Dude's been crushing too. That guy, that was the dude that should have won the 100K like a month ago. He had it won and then fell down to second. He's been crushing.
Absolutely crushing. So the members had big day. Obviously, any other win is going to be overshadowed by the $1.2 million win. I had a like $60,000, $70,000 PGA win, and I was like embarrassed to even talk about it. But what can you do? Maybe one day. All right. Well, let's hop into these games here. We got, I think it's 8 games. We have the Bucks. We have the Wizards. 242.5 total. Titles Bucks are favored by 8.5 here. This is a run back game from Saturday night, which was, I believe, was really close. Right at the end, the Bucks pulled away, won by 5. But it kind of continues this trend here for the Wizards, where they get up and play well against some of these better teams in the league, and that's what happened last game. I think we can kind of anticipate the same thing. I mean, they were without Beal last game. Beal's going to be back tonight. The spread's 8.5. On the Bucks side, a lot of these guys are going to play more so on FanDuel. Really cheap price tags on FanDuel. Giannis, Middleton 7.4 on FanDuel. Drew Holiday is 5.8K on FanDuel. Dante DiVincenzo 4.5K. All those guys I think are in play. Bobby Portis is 4K. You can play a lot of Bucks guys on FanDuel. Still in play on DK, but better FanDuel plays. Wizards, it's going to be easy for me. I mean, if you are going to play Wizards, I mean, I really think you can only play 2 of these guys. It's Westbrook and Beal. It's kind of been the case all season long, and it's kind of the same approach and mindset that we've had all season long. When Westbrook and Beal are healthy, it's really hard to trust any of these other guys on the Wizards roster. So I'll go to you first, Title. As I see it, a lot of these Bucks are definitely in play on FanDuel, still in play on DK, but not as good at plays. So give me a breakdown here of this Bucks Wizards game.
Yeah, first I wanted to say I'm glad you brought it up. Glock, congrats, 65,000. He's always in Discord, always active, crushing. We had another Discord member, Theo. He took down first place, $10,000. And I think they both I know Theo used Phallic score. K Phallic absolutely crushed NBA yesterday too. So we were all cheering on Big T, but NBA, every sport, we're always grinding it out for you guys. But yeah, this game, like you said,
college basketball playbook yesterday during the SWAT. That's how much we care about the members at Run Pure.
Always for the people. Yeah, exactly. Going to this game, the Bucks, like you said, on FanDuel, they're just way too mispriced. Why is Drew Holiday ever 5.8K? It's a 242.5 total too, the biggest on the slate. Drew Holiday, Giannis on both sides. He's my favorite spend up on the slate. He's just so good for DFS and now gets the nuts matchup. I know it's the first game of the slate. We've talked about backloading sometimes in NBA. I know Big T always does. First game usually gets less ownership. I don't think that's going to be the case today. I mean, you can't avoid some of these Bucks. Chris Middleton's only 7.4K on FanDuel at a weaker small forward position. He's a great play. those are the three that I'll really stick to. Bobby Portis is always in play in tournaments. I prefer him on FanDuel, where he's where is he 4,000 only. Power forward isn't great outside of Giannis, but if you need to land there, I don't mind it. 4.7K, a little more expensive on DK. And then for the Wizards, like you said, I'd only choose one of Beal and Westbrook in this matchup since they're so expensive, and I like Giannis, but I like using a run back in this game because I think they're both lower owned. And if the Bucks, we always talk about if Giannis gets there, the game stays close. I expect one of them to have a big game on the other side. I personally prefer Beal, 9.4K. Westy's up to 10.5K. So I like the $1,100 savings with Beal, but Westy's been playing really good. But it's a really, really good game to target. Bucks are way too cheap on FanDuel.
Yeah, Big T, we got this Bucks team, 125-point total, the biggest on the slate by quite a decent margin, talking like 5 or 6 points. The price tags are pretty affordable across the industry. How much interest do you have here in these Bucks guys tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I like Giannis. Giannis going against Washington, have to like him. I mean, the other day, I still haven't figured out how Rui went for 50 the other day. On FanDuel, I couldn't believe it when I got in there and saw that. So yeah. I don't know if that was just weird. Like what happened?
Beal was out, and obviously all season we haven't seen like a third guy pop up. So I mean, he was essentially, I guess, the number 2. They kept going to him. So
he's good.
Yeah, and he's solid, but I mean, it's just when Westbrook and Beal are healthy, there has not been a third guy that's been stable all season.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, he's expensive too. I mean, 5,900. The funny thing about Westbrook and Beal is everyone always wants to play Beal, it feels like, and I don't get it really. Like, why is Westbrook not just a way better play than Beal? Title?
I would personally be. I like Westbrook over Beal if playing one of them.
So for me, the $1,100 savings if I only play these guys, I'm going to have Giannis on the other side. That's the only reason I'd play them in tournaments because they are priced higher. I like Luka more. I like Giannis more. So the 1,100 goes a long way for me in a game stack.
He's just like so much better though.
I mean, we've seen, 4 games ago, he had 61, 3 games ago, 53. I mean,
that's Westbrook every game though. Beal's
showing ceiling at 94. I know you're a Westy guy. We all know that now.
He beats him every game. I wish we could line up their points. Like he outscores them every game by a bunch. Either way, yeah. I mean, 1,100 if it gets you something for sure. The Milwaukee side's interesting though because man, I struggle to play Middleton and Drew Holiday. I know he's only 5,800. He definitely feels more of like a cash play. He is getting back. I mean, his minutes have ramped up 17, 18, 22, 25, and then 32. I mean, if he gets up mid-30s, it's tough for him not to get there. But it's one of those plays that I've been talking about a lot lately where if he gets like in the low 30s, it's good and everyone's happy about it. Mid-30s, it's fine like either way. I'm not happy, though, if I play him and he gets – as chalk gets me 35. Like when he's chalky like that, he needs to be in the 40s before even at 5,800, just because of the ownership and just how it attacks. So I don't know if he can really get in the 40s. I just don't like Drew Holiday on this team. I don't know what it is. He hasn't like fit in from the beginning of the year. Obviously, I get why he's a good play. He's 5,800 and 65 on DK. Great play both sites. I think what is it?
I will say the steal upside in this matchup against Westbrook too, and the pace of the game on FanDuel is very appealing to me too. And that's another reason why I slightly prefer Beal as well in this matchup. I don't like targeting Drew Holiday, and I expect him to be on Westbrook a lot too. So just wanted to add that, but I know Westbrook's still a good play as a run back.
Did Drew guard Westbrook the whole time last game?
I'm expecting anytime Drew's in that he'll be on Westbrook. I didn't watch that game. Like I said, I was busy this weekend too, but I can't confirm, but that's my guess. If I'm wrong, someone will let me know in chat.
And with Drew back, I mean, I just can't pay 8,100 for Middleton. How much is he on FanDuel? 74. More affordable on FanDuel. I don't know. I'm just going to go Giannis and probably Westbrook if I go this game. I don't think I'll really play another piece. I get it, though, why people would. Huge total. I think this game could blow out, too. I have a feeling Milwaukee might just blow them out.
Yeah, it's very possible, but I mean, this Wizards continue to just hang in there against the tougher teams. They did it the other night without Beal. I think they do it tonight. Just one side note, like Big T's hangover voice is just so good. I mean, the words just like drag. They're like, it's like you got to like pull them. You got to pull the words like out of his mouth. They're just like dragging out. It's so great. So great.
Good. Yeah.
Big T's got that patented hangover voice. It's awesome. All right, next game, Kings Hornets, 239.5 total. Hornets favored by 3.5 in this game. Big total, close spread. On the Hornets side, I mean, they're basically back to full health, which makes it pretty tough for fantasy purposes. Another team that we've talked about all season long, when they're fully healthy, they have a lot of bodies and a lot of guys that they can roll out there that could potentially equal some danger in terms of rostering these guys for DFS purposes. If I'm going anywhere, maybe Gordon Hayward as the last guy in. Cody Zeller, I think, is in play at center. On the Kings side, they will continue to be without Hassan Whiteside, but it's not really that big of a difference for fantasy purposes. This is another team that have a lot of guys that are capable of producing. De'Aaron Fox, yes, a great fantasy player. The problem now is he's priced up there where he's just a tier below those top end guys, just a little bit below Giannis, a little bit below Luka, little bit below Harden. Like, I'd have a hard time rostering him at this price tag, and he's honestly the only guy I really trust on the Kings side. So despite this total being, damn near 240, I'm not going to have a ton of exposure to it. Last pieces in, like I said, Hayward, maybe Zeller, and I don't see myself playing any of these Kings guys. Big T, will go to you. What's your interest level here with this total being so high at 240?
Yeah, it sucks because I agree with you. There's too many dudes, and the Kings are the number one team I like to pick on. Right when I see the Kings on a slate, I get excited to play the other team as long as there's guys you can play. But man, they got 3 guards, obviously, with LaMelo, Rozier, and Devontae Graham back now. So it just that extra 18 minutes going to Devontae eats into those other guys' ceiling a little bit. And they're still priced up. And like Gordon Hayward, yeah, you can definitely play him. But Barnes isn't a bad defender. I mean, I'm just looking at the bodies. There's just so many bodies. 2, 4, 6. I mean, basically 9 or 10 dudes both ways. I mean, I guess the Kings are a little more shorthanded. Who's out for the Kings?
Whiteside.
I heard he might go to the Lakers. That'd be a nice pickup for them. Yeah,
I think it's just him. I mean, they're basically full strength.
The Kings are the Kings are a team that I just genuinely don't like that much. So
all right, time out. We got to address one thing in the chat. Over under. I mean, your donkey comments a couple weeks ago. You came back. You kind of said some nice things, and we let it go. I mean, now you come in here and say, okay, Big T is the man and all, but what kind of picks is that? I like Giannis and Westbrook from the game 11-1 and 10-2. First off, if you're coming to this over under, same dude. If you're coming on the show today, okay, to get real DFS.
Anyways, what was I supposed to?
It's just the same thing. He just comes in here and just starts making donkey comments. First off, Big T won $1 million yesterday. Big T got absolutely effed up last night celebrating. Big T is probably still legally drunk right now. If you're coming to this show right now to get advice from Big T on NBA DFS, I don't know what to tell you. You're doing it wrong. His cores
to see what he
will
said.
Be up. It's up there a little bit.
What kind of picks is that? I like Giannis and Westbrook. Okay, well, maybe I'll find you some damn values as we go over under. Those are the only 2 guys I like. What do you want me to say? You want me to make something up? Okay, I like Rui. I mean, what do you want me to say?
You're on thin ice over under. Apologize to Big T, or you might be done on here.
I literally don't get it. That'd be like me going on the golf show and him bitching about saying, "Oh, I want Bryson and JT." Are you going to bitch about that freaking? Like, you got to like 2 studs, right?
Oh gosh, over under, man. Like, yeah, the Joel Embiid thing. All right, I gave you the pass. I let it go. I mean, it was a donkey ass comment on your behalf. Come in here today and make comments like that. I mean, this chat has our back. I mean, these people love us. They'll defend us tooth and nail. But man, just
I genuinely don't even get it though. I don't even know.
None of his stuff makes any sense.
He wants you to leave 6,000 on the table in all your lineups.
Am I not allowed to play 2 stars anymore on my teams?
Guess not, man. I guess not.
And one will be under 10% in Westy. It's not even like you say. If you got to pick someone, pick on me today with my haircut. No Big T slander after 1.2 mil. That's not acceptable.
And my haircut.
Chat's already going. I mean, people know I obviously don't care what people say in chat. Like, obviously. So pick on me. No Big T slander. He's definitely is still drunk. I can guarantee you that.
And Uncle T's in here calling me out for not answering his freaking FaceTimes at 12:30 in the morning. Uncle T, that's the first time you've called me, man.
That's the first time you called me.
That's the first time you've called me. All right. Call me at reasonable hours and I'll instantly pick up, man. I'll even put you as a favorite in my phone. I love Uncle T. But you got competition on the Niehaus family because Pooh's my boy too. Me and Pooh go way back.
You and Pooh have been through some things together.
Yeah, me and Pooh have history. We've been through some real life situations together. All right. So if you want to climb that Niehaus ranking, you better back off. I'm talking about me not answering these phone calls. Me and Pooh are real close. Tony knows.
It's a story for another day.
Yeah, another day and another venue. Oh, what a historic day. We'll talk about that one day, but definitely not on this platform. Anything else from this game? It's just tough without the injuries. These guys are like fully priced too. Like the price tags just aren't all that appealing. I mean, everyone for the most part has a full price tag. I'll let you finish up, Tony. Any last words on this game?
Oh, I'm good on this game.
Yeah. All right, we'll hop into the next one. Knicks, Nets, 223 total. Brooklyn favored by 8.5. The big thing in this game is going to be the injury situation for the Knicks. Elfrid Payton is doubtful. What's his name? Derrick Rose is going to continue to be out. They're going to start Ntilikina, but the big beneficiary is going to be Quickly, who looks really good, finally getting those minutes up. I think Alec Burks is a solid play. I think, RJ Barrett, solid play. Bullock should be in for a lot of minutes. Those are the guys I'm interested in on the Knicks side. And then on the Nets side, same story as these other teams, man. When you got Harden and Kyrie, it's really tough, especially on these slates where we have the value to trust anyone else. So why not make it simple? I mean, yeah, Harden's in play. He's probably not my favorite stud to pay up for today, but yes, he's in play. He could easily be the highest scoring guy on the slate. Kyrie, I don't know if I'll get to Kyrie. He's just priced too close to those other guys that could just go for 70, 75. So for me, Harden maybe in tournaments, and then those value guys for the Knicks, I have a lot of interest in tonight. Go to you, Title. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, you nailed it. Quickly is an absolute stud. Finally, now he's getting more minutes. 4.6K on FanDuel, 5.6K on DraftKings. I still like him on DraftKings too. Price feels a little higher than we've seen, but he's that good. Alec Burks, 4.4 on DK, 4.1 on FanDuel. An awesome play as well. They just need bodies. They're rolling them out a lot of minutes, and Burks and Quickly can score. So those are my main two focuses in this game. RJ Barrett's fine, but I'd rather other pieces. He just lands in that weird pricing range where I'd rather go either cheaper to the Burks or their Quicklies or go up. On the Nets, though, I mean, I like Giannis. I like Luka. I like one of Beal, or I like Beal over Westy. I just don't find myself paying the premium for these two today, but they are going to be lower owned, which we haven't seen too much lately. And like you said, they both easily could get 70 plus, not easily, but they have 70 plus point upside at low ownership where they could be in the winner. So I'm fine with, if you want it. It's not for me though. It's just the Knicks value. Quickly and Burks are my favorite.
Yep. Big T, what do you got here?
Yeah, I mean, I just hope that these minutes stay the same for Quickly, because he's just a smash, like just going to smash. I mean, it's not even fair on FanDuel at 4,600. FanDuel
did a really bad job overall with their, really badly.
Yes.
Levert's 4.1K. It's an embarrassment what they did with their pricing today.
Yeah, I hate that too. I mean, it's just, I have a lot of PTSD or whatever they call this Knicks team though. Like I can see Quickly just randomly playing like 16 minutes or something again. I just have I hate it. I hate what he does with this guy. Why he doesn't play 35 minutes every game, I just don't understand it. But I mean, you're definitely gonna have to play him on FanDuel. I'm probably gonna have to play him on TK as well. Alec Burks is interesting too. I mean, he's cheap. He's played 26 and 27 the last two. If he plays 26 or 27 minutes again tonight, he's gonna crush against Brooklyn. Brooklyn doesn't. They don't care to defend. They just want to score and play. They could care less about D. So I think these Knicks are interesting. I mean, Randall, you could maybe take a chance on. Like, say you thought the Milwaukee game blows out, which, I mean, I might even come to that conclusion by the time I actually build my teams. If you thought that and you wanted to play like Randall with Harden or even Kyrie, that's a nice little pivot off of some of the other chalk on the slate, I think. So I always want to play these Brooklyn games. They're going to score always. You know where all their usage is going to come from, and they're not going to play defense. So it gives you everything you could want in a stack. For Brooklyn, though, I mean, just like usual, the main two guys get all the usage. No one's going to play Kyrie again. What did he go for? Two games ago, he went for 60, 54, 50. I don't know why people don't play him. Maybe just because he says dumb shit when he talks. But as far as just on the court when he's hooping, I mean, he's as good as anyone. He can get buckets on anyone, and he's the man. So he's $1,700 cheaper than Harden. He's going to be under 5% owned, and it's almost a similar spot to what Title was talking about with the Wizards, where, yeah, it's 1,700. Harden's probably safer for sure, but who knows? 1,700, Kyrie low owned. I don't hate the Kyrie, Randall, Quickly, Burke stack at all.
So it looks like the Pacers Nuggets game just got moved to 10 p.m. Eastern tonight, and
What time was it at?
9 Eastern. I think that has to do with the Pacers not getting into town until late. I did the bet show with Spread earlier, and he had indicated that the Pacers hadn't even left for Denver because of there's a snowstorm there, I guess. So I don't think that's
a massive snowstorm too. I'm surprised the game didn't even get canceled.
Yeah, so I'm guessing, definitely not COVID related. That would be
The beat writer, my buddy, he sent a message, said they didn't get in till 2.
Yeah, so 2 p.m. Eastern. So, maybe 2. Is it 2 their time?
Yeah, 2 Mountain Time, but still.
Yeah, so they've been there
they
for like an
probably didn't
hour.
get to the hotel till who knows?
Yeah.
4. I mean, they still might not be there. What is it? It's 3:20 right now. So
Yeah,
probably
seems
still,
pretty. Yeah, they're gonna get the game in. I can't imagine they wouldn't get this game in as long as they're there in Denver. But we'll talk about that when we get there. All right, let's hop into actually before we get into the next one. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We got to get to 500. Should be very easy today. It's a celebration day for Big T again. Another stroke fest. I mean, me and Title. I mean, I don't know about your Title, but my wrist is starting to hurt from all these stroke fests surrounding Big T. I might have to get a sub on the show.
That's the worst part is that you just can't not do it. Like, I mean, like that's the worst. I mean, I love giving Big T crap more than anyone out here. Everyone knows that, but you just have no other words at this point.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's it's only a 3-inch motion, it's still hurting the wrist a little bit.
The best picture is the one you on that floaty Big T with those nice cheeks out, enjoying the sun. That's the best picture I've ever seen.
The best part about that picture is it's not even real, and everyone thinks it's real.
I had no clue.
That's part.
Yeah, that's been going around for a while. It is a really good one. Kirky loves pulling that one out.
It is a good picture. Freaking Day Monster is too good with those photoshops. Yeah.
Kirky's got that thing queued up and ready to go for anything that revolves around Big T. Yeah. All right. Hop into this next one. Before we do, like I said, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We get to 500. We give away the shirts. We give away the plays of the day, and I'm guessing you're definitely going to want the play of the day today. So make sure we get to 500 on that. Workbench 21 gets you 25% off your first payment at Run Pure Sports, which includes Big T's core plays for basically every single sport. I mean, Big T grinds them all. He'll put a core in for absolutely every sport that he plays. The lineup that he plays too. So, I mean, just got to figure out a few spots. It could easily be, you could be the next $1 million winner around Big T's core. So head on over to Run Pure Sports, use that promo code Workbench21 for 25% off your first payment over there. All right. We have the Spurs. We have the Pistons, 211.5 total. Spurs favored by 2. And in this game, no DeMar DeRozan, obviously no LaMarcus Aldridge. The thing with the Spurs, they still have bodies, man. You look at this roster, they still have a lot of guys that can roll out. So these injuries aren't all that significant to me. There was some speculation that Derek White would not play on the back-to-back, but he is going to play. They got smashed last night against the 76ers. So none of these guys really played a lot of minutes. DeJounte Murray, good play. Price tag's up there. If he fits, he's fine. Not really a building block for me. I know a lot of people are looking at some of these other pieces, but I'm telling you, you look at this roster, they still have bodies that they'll roll out there, and they're willing to spread out these minutes. So I think they're, these guys, I don't think they're really slam dunk value plays with DeRozan out. On the Pistons side, they are without, who's the guy that's out for them? Wayne Ellington's out, and we saw Magruder play right around 30 minutes. And, he's a guy that fits DK scoring very well with the 3-point shooting, the bonus there. He's only 3.4K. If he's going to push 30 minutes, I think he's a strong play. DeLon Wright should play about 30 minutes. He's a strong option. Jeremy Grant maybe a little bit, but there's some plays here. I don't trust the Spurs as much as like the projections do, but some of these guys I think are in a good spot. It's a bounce back spot for the Spurs after getting crushed last night by the 76ers. I'll go to you first, Big T. What's your interest level here in this Spurs Pistons game?
So I went on my tangent. I don't remember what show now. Last week at some point when the Spurs were it might not have even been a Spurs chalk night, but yeah, it was when DeRozan was out that first game. But I went on this tangent about DeJounte, his projection around the industry. This dude is projected over 40 fantasy points, and I literally don't get it. Sometimes it might just be that I'm in a good groove right now, but I literally don't get it. Every site has him projected in there, and you look, he just hasn't got there. And the way the Spurs play, especially with guys like Derek White back, I just don't see it. That's his projection. That's not his ceiling. That's his projection. There's no way that 40 points is like a neutral number. I would make so much money if I could bet him under 40 for the rest of the year, every game. Like, there's no way that he doesn't end up under 40 most nights. And a lot of the Spurs are the same way. Like, Keldon Johnson's going to be super high owned. So the dude's 5K. It feels like a good price. Okay, then look at his box scores. 11.
I don't get the Keldon Johnson thing. Like, why is he projecting off the charts? Am I missing something?
Are the projections broke? Like by Popovich? What are these?
Yeah, the Keldon Johnson
good plays. Someone explain it. The title.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was with you, man.
So if I have to go to the other side, why they're grading out well, DeRozan being out is a big boost to them.
He's been out.
He hasn't been out
the last 2 or 3 he's been out, yeah.
But Keldon Johnson, he's the rookie, so even in blowout run, not if they get blown out, like
title.
You telling me to make an argument for it?
Yeah, I'm giving.
We only want an argument if you believe it, title. We don't want you to play devil's advocate. We want you to talk about what you believe.
I want you to, but I don't believe you believe it.
No, in tournaments, he's like Michael Carter-Williams. Like for cash, I even if I think Michael Carter-Williams is bad and I land there at 4.1K as a last piece, he's a player I never will play in tournaments because his ceiling isn't as high as I want. But if I have 5K on DraftKings today, Keldon Johnson's most likely would go in the utility spot just because his role, I expect over 30 minutes. He's a rookie. He's aggressive. He can make shots. Why do we expect
over 30 minutes though?
Without DeRozan, he's a rookie that Pop likes to get a lot of run.
He hasn't played more than 24.
He also has been in foul trouble some games when I watched. He had 4 fouls, 3 fouls. They got blown out, so we had 24 minutes. He's not always under 30 minutes, but I agree. He's not a great. I don't really know. I'm playing devil's advocate. He's obviously you guys don't like him.
The dude in the chat too says Aldridge is gone. That was the reason. Aldridge wasn't friggin' playing anyways.
Yeah. That's not because of Aldridge. It's not because of Aldridge.
I look at the roster and
fading the Spurs. I'll fade the Spurs every slate for the rest of the year.
I'm looking at the roster and there's 12 dudes that Pop would play. You look at you got the starters.
All gonna play.
You got Patty Mills, Rudy Gay, Lonnie Walker. They'll play this Vassell guy. They'll play Eubanks. I've seen Trey Jones out there. I've seen Luka the second out there. Like, they'll play all these guys. A lot of risks. We got other spots I think that are way better, but and these guys are going to be owned. They're definitely going to be owned. Quick take here on the Pistons side. Either of you, whoever wants to talk about it.
Title.
Rodney Magruder, like you mentioned, 3.4K on DraftKings, mid price on FanDuel. Dennis Smith is out. Wayne Ellington's out. Diallo, he's not going to be back yet. So he should play 30 minutes at a really cheap price tag. It's about pretty much the only case I'd make for any of these guys. DeLon Wright, I guess, 5.6K on DraftKings. I'd rather play DeLon Wright in tournaments over any of these Spurs guy because I expect him to be lower owned. I like his upside more that way. But besides those two, I don't have much interest in Detroit. Jeremy Grant, I guess, FanDuel, 7.3K, power forward position's pretty weak, but that's about it.
Big T, quick thoughts on the Pistons?
I'm just going to fade this game. I do agree with Title, though. DeLon Wright looks pretty good. Jeremy Grant is always a play that I would put in that bracket. If you land on him, perfect. Don't force him in. He's just that for me. I never mind him. Like if I land on him, I'm okay with it, but I'm definitely never like forcing him in.
Yeah, I mean, I just think two risky teams that they'll play random ass dudes. Like you look at the bench and like all these guys have a route to playing decent minutes. Adds a level of uncertainty for DFS purposes. Next game, Pacers.
Why won't they give Saban Lee minutes? Like anytime he plays, he smashes. And 3.5K. He's one of like a deep GPP player. If he gets the minutes, he could break the slate easily.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm alluding to. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes and plays 25 or 30 minutes. You wouldn't be shocked. I mean, these guys have nothing to play for. I mean, the Pistons are in the business of losing basketball games, so nothing would surprise me. It's risky, but I mean, I think you have to consider a guy like Magruder and DeLon, right? I think if he's the last guy in your lineup, sure, not a building block though.
Very few things in life make me happier than when K Fallick starts talking about his little charts with his game flows and his.
he likes the Spurs.
Me and K Fallick have talked DFS for like 4 straight years, basically every day, every sport. We think alike on 90% of the things, but then he's got his little charts for his game flows that I couldn't even imagine looking at something like that ever.
He did hit me up mid-show one time with the old the game chart the flow chart situation. I missed it, unfortunately.
Chart. Spurs are going to play big minutes, he said.
Actually, we should bring that in as a part of the premium product over at Rum Pure Sports.
The charts?
The charts, the K Fallick game flow. Put it behind the paywall. All right, we got the Pacers and Nuggets. This game has been moved to 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm sure the sites will go ahead and make that change as well, so you can do late swap if you want to. That would bring us to 3 games starting at 10 p.m. Eastern or later. We kind of talked about it a little bit with the Pacers side. Karis LeVert, for some reason, returned 27 minutes. For some reason, he's priced on FanDuel at 4.1K. He'll be the most popular guy, I think, on the slate over there. Malcolm Brogdon has a fair price tag over there, under 6K. Those are kind of the only 2 guys I'm really looking at on the Pacers side. On the Nuggets side, Jokic is clearly a strong play. He's one of the big 4 tonight going in terms of fantasy producers. Campazzo continues to play good minutes in the mid-20s, and he's only 3.5K on DK. I think he is a pretty strong play, strong value over there. But that's pretty much it that I'm really looking at in this one. Big T, what are your thoughts here on this Nuggets team?
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of guys themselves right now. I mean, you got so many minutes did Millsap play? 21 and 22, which is super annoying. I hate watching Millsap on my team. Obviously, I like the Nuggets. I just hate watching him. I'd rather any of these other guys I'd rather watch than him. Yeah. Zeke and Kankar, however you say his name. I like any of those dudes more than Millsap. He's eating 22 minutes, which I need to see K Fallick's game flow chart to see how that impacts the rest of the dudes. But I don't know. For me, it's just going to be Jokic, and on this slate, I don't really want to play him. So this matchup was a few weeks ago, and everyone was like, JT Hayes, I think, was on the show, and he's like, "You always say athletic bigs against Indiana," and we laughed about it. Jokic is not – this isn't a great matchup for him because he's slow-footed too. A big whitey. He's awesome. Jokic, my favorite player in the league right now. I love watching him, but I know his matchups, and this isn't one of his better matchups, even though it might seem that way. So I think I'm going to fade that. And then you look at the Indiana side, they're starting to get a little bit healthier with LeVert in there now. Obviously on FanDuel, completely. You guys said he's like 4,100 or something.
Yeah, 4,100.
Yeah, I mean that's all. Yeah, that just is what it is. It's just a misprice. But at 7K, like there's no way you can play. So the DK takes it the other way. You can't. Yeah. I mean, you can't do 7K for Karis LeVert right now. It's with Brogdon and all these dudes in there. So I don't know. I am happy that he's in there too because I keep playing Brogdon and he's let me down more than not. So I'm happy we get another guard in there to soak up some usage. I think he'll fall back where he's that guy that gets just right 35 most games, Brogdon, which is fine on FanDuel still at 67. But for the most part, I'm just going to fade this game besides the LeVert 3-square.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you. I have a little more interest in Jokic, though. I mean, Pretty close spread here, 4.5. And I'm not really with Jokic. I'm not really worried about matchups. If it's a close spread and he's going to get his minutes, he can do it against just about anyone. So I think I have a little more interest in Jokic than you do. Title, what are your thoughts here on this Pacers Nuggets game?
Yeah, Levert, FanDuel, free square. Not much more needs to be said about that. DraftKings, I like Campazzo at 3.5K as a pivot off of Rodney Magruder, who is going to be a much higher owned. Just makes sense. His minutes are lower projected. That's why he has a lower floor, I wouldn't necessarily say lower ceiling, but just a direct same cost pivot. And Campazzo's good. And he can fill it up, assists, grabs more rebounds than you think, can score it. So I like that pivot. Jokic 10-7 on DraftKings. I'm not going to go there today because I like Giannis a lot more, like some of the other studs. But like you said, he's matchup proof. He's so good. He's going to be lower owned than it usually is today. So I'm fine with it, but it's not a game I'm going to have much interest in.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Before we go to the next one, just wanted to remind you guys, we have that partnership going with Monkey Knife Fight. If you go to Monkey Knife Fight and use promo code RUNPURE, you get a $50 match on your $50 deposit. We also have a Discord channel dedicated and devoted to Monkey Knife Fight picks and plays for basically every single sport. So head on over to Monkey Knife Fight, use that promo code RUNPURE for a free $50 on your $50 deposit. As always, after us, we have JSU and Holden on the final countdown, taking you all the way up to lock, breaking down the news and notes of the slate. More important this year than ever. I know I always say it, but it's so true with all this breaking news. It's just nice to have somebody there talking you through the news. JSU and Holden do a phenomenal job at that as part of the premium product at runpuresports.com. You can use that promo code Workbench21 to get access over there. Also, we launched a store. You can buy any of the gear, Run Pure Sports gear on the store. We'll have a lot more, but right now we got shirts. I think we have hats. We have mugs. I think there's a couple other things on there, but we'll be adding products to the store as the time goes on. So head on over to Run Pure Sports and check that out. All right. Three more games. We got the Clippers, Mavs, 228.5 total. Clippers favored by 2 in this game. On the Clippers side, they'll be without Patrick Beverley. Serge Ibaka is questionable. He only played like 8 minutes last game and then left, so he might be like highly questionable. On the Mavericks side, pretty much back to full strength, and it's for me just Luka, nobody else. I mean, Porzingis has popped up for some big games, but a lot of inconsistency for him. With this Mavericks team, it's a situation where it's honestly Luka or nobody for me unless there's some injuries. On the Clippers side, I don't know. It's tough to really play these guys just because I wouldn't be surprised if someone sits or on a back-to-back. I mean, we'll see. They haven't been doing much of that, but they haven't been all that straightforward with injury news. We saw the Kawhi Leonard situation a couple weeks ago where he's just randomly ruled out right before lock. So I probably won't be going here at all. If one gets ruled out, then obviously the other one's a really good play. I'll go to you first, Title. What are your thoughts here on this Clippers-Mavs game?
Yeah, Dallas, Luka's the only interest I have. Prices are right. They're healthy, but he always has the ball in his hands. We've seen his upside. I like him on both sides as a spend. And then as far as the Clippers side, they're going to all be lower owned because they're pretty much full strength. And anytime that it's a close game, a close spread against a guy like Luka, I expect Kawhi to show up, and 8.9K on DraftKings feels too cheap for his upside that we know he has. He's one of the best players in the world. I know he hasn't been the best as a fantasy as of late, but he has those games where he just comes out, hits almost every shot, dominates the boards, and just takes over. And I could see this being one of those matchups against Luka. Pair him up, run it back, just like Giannis and Westy were talking. And I like it a lot. Close spread. I expect a lot of minutes. Other than those two, Paul George, you could, but I prefer Kawhi in tournaments.
Very good. Big T, what do you got here for us?
So there was some dynamic where I read this earlier today before I went back to sleep. But
what time?
I mean, it's all a blur at this point until I woke up. But so the last time these guys played, did Dallas blow them out or something? I think I read that where.
Oh, is that the game that was like 75 to like 30 at half?
I'm pretty sure the last time
Yeah. Yep.
Full blown beatdown, which you would think would rub them the wrong way, being the guys they are, Kawhi and Paul George. So, I mean, this is not going to be my main team by any means, but if I got a few teams, which I probably won't play a few teams tonight, But I don't hate the stack of playing Kawhi and Paul George together. And you don't even have to run it back. Like, you want a unique build? Play Kawhi and Paul George with no Dallas guys and hope they just want to make it a mission. Like, almost like the Jordan Pippen where who was it? Kukoc, where they just wanted to embarrass Kukoc. They weren't going to let him do anything on the obviously, they're not going to do that to Luka. But if they want to just make a statement and just have a really good game because of that blowout, literally no one is going to play those two together. And at those price points, if they both get you in the 50s, you're huge. And they easily could both get you in the 50s. I think it's a good contrarian build. And I mean, Dallas is another team that I just don't play anyone from Dallas. So, yeah, I mean, you can play Luka anytime, any slate, anytime. He can get hot. He's crushed this team before. I'm not going to play him tonight. Like I said, I think Kawhi and Paul George, even if one of them sat, I still think the other one makes it a mission to at least defend Luka as hard as they can, which there's enough stars on the slate. I don't need Luka, so I'm off the Dallas team.
The Dallas secondary piece has just been, I don't know, the roster sucks. I mean, you just look at it, it's not a winning roster, and kind of surprising. I mean, they got they obviously have one of the best players in the league, but their roster is really shitty. And there's a lot of them. It's not like it's just like a color. It's like just a bunch of blah guys that just aren't going to help you win ball games. I don't know. This might be like one of my least favorite rosters in the NBA outside of Luka.
I'm with you. Even when they're chalky, I say to fade it when we come on here because I don't like the roster either. These guys, they're all like the same guy too.
They're all the same. I swear. It is true. Really.
And they're not, and that's not a compliment either. They're all like the same player in a bad way.
In a bad way, correct. They're not going to help you win ball games. I mean, Finney Smith, Josh Richardson sucked here. Kleba sucks. Tim Hardaway, sure, he can hit some threes. Brunson's a scorer. Powell, Trey. I mean, it's all, but a bunch of the same dudes.
You're not excited about any of those dudes. Even Porzingis, I hate Porzingis. I just hate the roster.
The only one I disagree a little on is Jalen Brunson. I think he's a very good point guard in this league.
He's my second favorite Mav, so I agree with you. Like, he's a winner too. He was good.
But he's one of those guys. Yeah, he's a scorer though. He can get out there and score. He's not going to win NBA.
And he's not going to be scared of anybody. Like, he's just going to play.
Yeah, I like
He's
Brunson.
fine. He's fine. All right. Next
problem is you don't want him to be your second or third best guy.
No.
Yeah. Next game, got the Grizzlies, Suns, 227 total. Phoenix favored by 7 at home here. For DFS purposes, I look at this one. Tough matchup for the Grizzlies. The Suns are obviously one of the better teams here in the regular season so far. They play solid defense, makes it tough. You're paying full price tags for everyone. Kind of full strength here. Morant's up at 8K on DK. Valanciunas is 7.6. I can't click a Grizzlies name today. And like none of these guys I have any interest in. I've been playing Morant a little bit in tournaments. It's worked out well. Just don't think this is the spot for him. On the Phoenix side, another team pretty close to full strength for the most part. Chris Paul has a really good FanDuel price tag, 6.8K. Miles Bridges is playing a lot of minutes. I think he's in play a little bit. You can take a look at Saric. He's been playing minutes and closing some games too over Ayton, who's been a big disappointment. We talk about it every time, but you look at Saric, 24 minutes, 26 minutes in the last 2 games, 4 games ago, 26 minutes. He's getting some serious run here, and the price tag is very fair on him. So, I'm playing the price point game here, like Chris Paul, 6.8 on FanDuel, I think is obviously a really strong play. I said I like Bridges a little bit. Not much interest, though, on the Grizzlies side for me. Elevated price tags and a team that's kind of at full strength. Big T, what are your thoughts here on this game?
Yeah, this game looks like a easy fade for me. I never play Memphis guys, and I never play Phoenix guys. So I'm glad they're playing each other. I can just cross the game off. The prices are up a little higher. I'm looking at who I could even play, and I just don't even see anyone I even consider. So I'm out.
Idle.
Yeah, I agree on DK. I have no interest. On FanDuel, like you said, 6.8K for CP3. I have interest there. He has upside in that matchup. And then last piece, if you land on Mikal Bridges at 5K, you're going to get minutes. He's better on FanDuel because of the steal upside he has, plays defense. But really last pieces for me. DraftKings, they priced it right.
Yep. All right, last game of the slate. And remember, we need to get to 500 likes. We got about 900 people watching. We're at 450. Just get it done. Pound the like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps us to continue to bring you guys these shows for free. So we need way more likes to get the gear and then the pick. So not going to say it again. I'll just come back and check it out before we're done. If we're not at 500, we'll end the show. So, just make sure to hit the like button. We don't want to end the show early. We had to do it last week one day, and we did. We just we walked off the stage basically and called it a day. Don't want to do that today after Big T's big hit last night. We want to keep it going, celebrate a little bit more with the plays of the day. So get us those 500 likes. Lakers, Warriors, 224.5 total. Lakers favored by 1.5 in this game. And this game was played like 2 or 3, maybe 2 weeks ago. It was before the All-Star break, and the Lakers absolutely smashed the Warriors. It was not even close. It was over right at halftime, basically. It's full domination on the Lakers' part. LeBron had 40 fantasy points at halftime and just got one rotation and never really got there, but was dominating the game. I think he's a very interesting play tonight. 10.3K. I don't know how many people will be on him, but I think he's a strong play. I mean, you look at the spread, it's only 1.5. If this game stays close, I feel really good about LeBron having a big game. Dennis Schroeder, I like him as well. 6.2K, playing a lot of minutes. Obviously, their second best offensive piece right now. You look at the minutes, 38, 34, 34. Always safe to get around 30 fantasy points. He has upside to go way higher. On the Warriors side, I think Draymond Green, specifically in this spot, is pretty interesting. He's coming off a really big game against Utah. What did he get us? 56 fantasy points. He's up and down, but if he's on and he's feeling it and he's motivated, he can have some big games. He's 6.5 on DK. I think that is a good price tag. Steph Curry, better play on FanDuel, 9.4K versus 10K price tag on DK. Andrew Wiggins is under 6K on both sites. Probably won't go there, but I don't mind him in tournaments as a last piece in type guy. I'll go to you first, Big T. Thoughts here on this Lakers-Warriors game?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a good late hammer type game. I always like Draymond against LeBron. They're buddies. People think they hate each other. They talk a lot of shit, but they're buddies, and kind of like we all are. When we get out there against each other, we like each other, but we're still gonna talk some shit and get into it. And you want to be at your best. Draymond, he wants to play good against LeBron for sure. So I love that call. I mean, he played 35 minutes, 56 fantasy points. He's just always got that triple-double, 12 points, 12 assists, 12 rebounds, couple blocks, couple steals. He's always got that in him. And what I love about him is he can get you 50 without scoring. So, I mean, yeah, that's a negative too sometimes because when he doesn't get the peripherals, he has a bad game, obviously, because he can't score. But it's nice to know your guy. He had 10 shots last game, and he got 56 fantasy points. There's probably, less than 5 guys in the league that could do that. Maybe not even 5. I'd have to sit down and think about it. But he's just the man. Have to like him. I like Curry, too. Like you said, he's in a great late hammer spot. And then the Lakers are super cut and dry for me. I mean, you can play LeBron, obviously. Really good spot for LeBron. I'm sure this game's on TV tonight, right?
ESPN.
ESPN game, yeah. Versus Golden State, versus Curry. Obviously, everyone knows these aren't the same teams, but they're still the dynamic. LeBron played these dudes in the finals 4 or 5 straight years, whatever it was. And, there's always going to be that dynamic. So I like him. And Schroeder, just like Hoop said, those two guys kind of go hand in hand for me. And, 2 each way. LeBron, Schroeder, Curry, Draymond, and you can play them all together too if you can make it work.
I like it. All right, just to address something in the chat, I'm sure this isn't the actual person. I'm sure they're on someone else's account, but this Lindsay Bowery.
That's a burner for sure.
Definitely a burner, but it has to be addressed regardless. They're saying stop begging for likes. No, I'm not gonna. That's what I do. I get on here and I beg for likes. Get to 500, you get the plays of the day. And you get a piece of gear. So no, I'm not going to stop begging for likes. And then the
first thing I see for the same lady, Big T should be giving out a.
Oh, that's what I'm. Let me handle this first. Yeah,
she was on my ass. She was on my ass earlier too. I love it.
Yeah, the next comment is Big T should be giving out $2,500 ticket on Wednesday, but he won't because he's too greedy. Okay, you must be new to the show. If not, you're very confused because just on Thursday, we gave away, what was that? $1,900 worth of tickets to DraftKings NBA contest, 2 $888 tickets. Prior to that, we gave away 3 $600 tickets. So that brings a total of like almost $4,000 worth of tickets in the last month.
Day I gave it $888 just randomly.
Yeah. I don't think there's anyone else giving back to people
like whatever that total is, at least $5,000 in tickets in a month.
And those just so people are clear, like that's not like a deal that we have with DK where they're giving us these tickets to give away. We're paying money for these tickets to hand out to you guys.
And we're doing it because we like to do it.
Yeah, so get the hell out of here with that. I'm sure
you have to do this and have to. No, we do it because we want to do it. We're not.
Yes.
And the money has nothing to do with it. Yeah, I won money, but that's not why I was giving it in the first place. I'd give the tickets when I wasn't on a heater. That doesn't matter.
Yes,
so to think now that I win, I'm just whoever that is, stop.
We're dedicated to giving back. We've already committed to basically do the ticket giveaway like once a month just for the hell of it because it's actually fun. I actually enjoy doing it. We have fun doing it. Like the whole group. It's a good show. It creates good mojo. Everyone gets excited for it. Bring the kids. I mean, you're talking crap about the kids too. I have my kids come in. They cut up the names, put them in the hat, draw it. Like they talk about that shit for weeks. Like they're super excited to do the drawing. Got someone on here saying we're greedy. Get the hell out of here.
They get it free from DraftKings now, she said.
Yeah, not the case. Definitely not the case.
Just to clear it, I promise you that thing gets right out of my DK account and goes into
speaking of that, yeah, actually, good. Thank you for reminding. I owe Big T a reimbursement, so we'll get that settled as well.
That's the funniest when people just because it's a lie. It's just it's a troll in there, but it's still it's just stupid to just lie because some people might only read that or something, and then they
show your face.
Why would DK just give us those tickets anyways? They're not just going to give us $5,000 in tickets.
Yeah, let us know who you really are though, because you're definitely not Lindsey Bowery. I'll tell you that much. Lindsey Bowery would not get so triggered over this sort of thing.
Lindsey Bowery sounds like someone that's hot too. There's no way this person's hot.
AP's claiming AP already got money at Slappy's burner. That's what AP's saying in the chat.
Slappy said something to me on Twitter last night. Where's his comment? I was hammered when I read it, but something stupid about cashing it. Some negativity. Classic Slappy. Cash it all out before you lose it back or something. Stop. I know you're watching right now, Slappy. Stop.
The haters will never go away. That's when you're doing something right. Always have haters. You're doing something right in life.
Yep, they hate to see it. They absolutely hate to see it. Title, do you talk about this game yet or no?
No, I haven't. It's LeBron. I have interest in ESPN game. He gets up for these. No AD still. Affordable price tag. Has a massive ceiling. I like that. Montrezl Harrell on both sides. He's got 32 minutes the past 2 games. If he gets 32 again, 5.9K FanDuel, 6.2K on DK. If you give me 32 minutes, I mean, I'll take him any matchup. He's very good. He has a ton of upside, so I like that. James Wiseman's only 3.9K on FanDuel. He's like 5-1 or something on DK. Just another misprice. Not as bad as LeVert's, but I like his upside at a very cheap price tag. If you want to pay up at other spots, pay up for LeBron, Giannis, Luka, that's a fine position to punt. Other than that, it's like KCP is gross. I don't want to go there on this slate. Draymond, like Big T mentioned, 6.5K. This is one of the games he shows up for, plays defense, plays a ton of minutes, national TV, close spread. So I'm not a Draymond guy, but it makes sense today. But other than that, mainly stick with those pieces.
Got over under in here pretending like Lindsey Bowery's not his burner account. Man, that's painful to see. Asking who Lindsey is. Come on, over under. You're like the favorite to be Lindsey, so don't pretend like you.
Over under. He watches all the shows too. He just likes to troll a little bit. I think.
Oh yeah. No, he's a fan. He's a fan. He watches the PGA and all that. He definitely is a fan. He's just he likes to troll a little bit. He loves us. He pretends like he doesn't, but over under secretly loves us.
He does.
All righty. Let's see what we got here. We got the 525. Don't be afraid to continue to pound it though. You guys, we will give away the piece of gear. Why don't we have Title? Why don't you find us a piece of gear, the winner of the gear? All right. You got the fresh haircut.
I got to make one more comment too. There's nothing better. I've already talked about this, but I'm going to talk about it again. My man K Fallick. I love K Fallick. He's literally writing me a novel in Discord about how we're wrong about. He's got a chart posted. He's breaking it all down. I said, "You really think I'm going to look at that?" He's like
About
trying to explain his side. He's fighting so hard to get his point across about
the Spurs. About the Spurs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A full novel about the Spurs and how we're wrong and he's right. And he doesn't like him, but we're idiots. And he typed in 16 and a half like 20 times. 16 and a half minutes are going somewhere. Like he's into it. And then he said I'm not allowed to smile at him because he's pissed that I'm making fun of him.
Did you find us a winner title?
Yeah, I did. Texas Quatch 1234 said another great show, fellas. Thanks. He had positive mojo in chat throughout. That's what we love to see. Appreciate it. I mean, Big T's on here after who knows how much drinking he did for the people. Appreciate the comment.
Yeah, so reach out to Big T on Twitter or send an email to info@RunPureSports, and we will get you a piece of gear shipped out.
Everyone got their gear today, too. We've been seeing the pictures pop up.
Have we been doing using the new shipping method yet?
Not yet, but all the previous orders are gone.
Very good. Yeah, the next moving forward, the shipment should be coming a lot quicker. So you guys might be pleasantly surprised.
Have to go between the show and lock tonight.
Yeah.
You got to catch an Uber. No way you're driving.
Yeah.
Uncle T, you got to come get me.
Uncle T, pick up Tony and take him to FedEx for us. Come on, man. You can help us out. All right. Now it's time for the plays of the day. Title, we're going to go to you first with the SO play of the day.
SO play of the day. I was expecting some haircut change. That's what everyone was hoping for in chat, but SO play of the day, Kawhi Leonard. I think this is an awesome spot for him. No one's going to be played in this game really except Luka. Close spread, 8.9K for one of the best players in the world. I expect a massive ceiling game. So Kawhi Leonard, SO play of the day.
Love it. All right.
You should have let him take over for JSU on the Super Cup play of the day or whatever it was called.
That's what I was expecting, not going to lie.
Yeah, you should have had it in the graphic.
Yeah, there's some other people were trying to rename your play a little bit. There are some good ones. I forgot what they were, but early on in the show, they definitely had some good options. But yeah, well, we got to stick with that. Unless you want a name change. If you want a name change, we can.
No, SO play of the day is good. Yeah, that's good to me. Hey, as long as it produces winners, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. All right, going to myself next with the 4X play of the day. And that is going to be Mr. Dennis Schroeder in that late game. I really like him. 6.2K on DK. I think he has a very stable, nice floor. Get us that 4X that we're looking for. We're just looking for the 4X, but I think he can get us that 6-7X as well. So give me Schroeder as the 4X play of the day.
Oh, Johnny Myers, the Kyle Korver play of the day. His lid does look like Kyle Korver. I'm sorry.
I shoot like him too, not gonna lie.
I shoot like him too.
We got something coming. I like that.
What made you get the haircut?
Oh, I mean, it was so since I joined RPS, my hair was long, but that was as long as my hair has ever been.
See the back of it. We need to see the back. Is it still how far?
I haven't looked at it, but
that's what the good one was. Yeah. Zach Efron too. Someone said Zach Efron.
I mean, you guys, why don't you stroke him a little harder, telling him he's a freaking great shooter? Now he's Zach Efron. I mean,
that's what someone said earlier. The Efron, because Efron's got that haircut. He's got the same mop top thing that Title's got.
Efron would be very hurt by those comments.
The stroke to roast ratio is probably 1 to 99%. So you don't gotta worry about that. But hey, Titletown can always take it. I promise.
Yeah, Title's been a target today. Title's been a target today. Like I got to make him feel good.
Well, that's why.
He handles it very well. That's why I got. You got to throw some. Got to hit that 1%. He's getting the 99% poundage in the chat. I'm giving him the 1%. You know, got to point out the good stuff.
Ellen DeGeneres haircut.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Ellen DeGeneres. That's really good.
Oh, the chat's always good.
And it's even better because when the long hair, they're like, Title, you need a haircut. When's the next haircut coming? Then you get it. Title, where's the long hair? What is that? you gotta love the trolls. Yeah, hey, all love from over here. Like me, don't like me, like the haircut. Don't.
Everyone likes you. Who doesn't? I mean, how could you watch and listen to Title and not like him? I mean, just a nice, genuine guy. I mean, come on. All right,
all love.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the Philly winner, workbench, play of the day. Who do you got for us?
I'm going up top today too. I've had it pinpointed for a little bit here. I'm not going for a cheapie. Some days I go in the cheap range. Today we got so many studs up top. I mean, we basically every stud. I mean, I'm sure there's some that aren't on the slate, but tons of the big dudes are on the slate tonight, and I'm not taking any of them. I'm going Julius Randle at the top versus Brooklyn. Wow. He's coming off a monster 67 piece the other night. He might get another 67 piece tonight and break this slate wide open against Brooklyn. Love playing guys like Randle against Brooklyn because they just don't have the bodies to mess with them. So give me Randle.
Yeah, I'm guessing with that price tag, he's going to come in very, very low owned, really close to those top tier guys. Definitely a low owned play with tons of upside. Definitely like that one. All right, that is going to do it. Like I said, JSU and Holden will be taking you guys up to lock. You can head over to Run Pure Sports and check that out. But for now, we're going to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow for TitleTown, for Big T. I'm Hoop. Good luck to everyone tonight in your contests.
Good luck, everybody.